Today, we come together not just as lawyers, but as women who have broken barriers, shattered glass ceilings, and paved the way for future generations. We stand on the shoulders of those who came before us, and it is our responsibility to continue their legacy of excellence and impact.
The Solicitor General of India.
That we need to work around. So there are 3 sessions that have been planned out since date, and we will be talking about. We also need to understand the role of women so far as speaking about for a very long period of time. I think the history of women in law has started much before, since 1916. I think when we had the inaugural session, we did talk about how the journey has been for women, right from Miss Regina Guha having her fight, Miss Sudhanshu Bala Hajra having her fight, Cornelia Surabji having her fight. And it was one man who actually made it possible for women to get enrolled in the bar, and that was Hari Singh Gaurji. So I think this simply we are able to achieve what we desire. Now, gender inclusivity and diversity is something that we have, it is not a new term.
It is imperative that women citizens play a pivotal role in its economic growth story. In alignment with this sentiment, the United Nations has aptly identified Invest in Women as the key theme for celebrating this year's International Women's Day.
Roles and expectations at the legislative level in order to ensure parity in the gender in terms of opportunities, meeting the gender.
The fraternity is concerned, I'll come to a slightly little later. But otherwise, the cliche arguments that in India lady is treated as a devi and yatra naryastu pujyante, etc., that's okay. India has always of reflecting public life. Because in public life, the chances and the opportunities that other gender gets are very less, and therefore the government came with Nari Shakti Bill and 30% reservation. But in the professions where you are supposed to succeed based on your own worth which you have, why should we count your success based upon the statistics? It's insulting the ladies.
Which I completely agree with you. I would just like to marry your conversation topic that you brought up along. We, in our profession, we stand up for others. When do we do that for people who are working in our own profession, and how do we do that? We know flexible work hours, but how do we get there?
That's why I say that when you have the potential in you, why depend upon a tokenism?
For Mr. Tushar, Mehta.
I thank Dr. Lalit for being the brain behind the formation of SILF.